Hey guys, what is up? It is the Fast Break Report here, bringing you guys another vlog. So, unfortunately, we gotta address the Ja Morant stuff. Right now, there is no, real evidence of anything happening. But rumors, usually when, the saying is when, where there's smoke, there's fire. And, I feel like we're starting to get that with Ja Morant a little bit. I avoided talking about this the last time that something happened, specifically regarding the Indiana Pacers, because I was like, you know what, this could just be, some random group of guys. Like, we don't know that it's Ja Morant. Like, there was reports that Ja Morant was there, but we do know these are colleagues or friends or siblings of Ja Morant, okay? But we had another story come out today out of the Washington Post of all fucking places, but it is sports journalism, not, regular journalism, so I'm inclined to sort of believe this in a way. But Ja Morant was accused of punching a 17-year-old boy 12 to 13 times and flashing a gun at him during a pickup basketball game last summer. And that is according to a police report obtained by a reporter at the Washington Post. Her name is Molly Hensley Clancy. But I just want to talk about this, okay? Because we've seen time and time again athletes come into the NBA and they end up being really good, right? Like, I would argue that Zion Williamson and Ja Morant, when they actually play, are must-see TV. Like, they are guys that it's like, you are excited to watch them play. There's not a lot of guys that I make time to actually watch play, but, Ja Morant is one of them, okay? I usually make time for Ja Morant, Zion, and Giannis. Those are the guys that I usually make, if they're playing, I usually try to make it a point to catch some of the game. And it sucks as a fan of Ja Morant. Not a fan of the Grizzlies, as a fan of Ja Morant. Because I think he has the ability to be one of the greatest players we've ever seen set foot on a basketball court. I mean, the last time I think we saw anybody this exciting to watch was maybe Derrick Rose. You know what I'm saying? As far as like an athletic point guard who can get to the rack, really wow you sometimes with shot making. Like, I watch Ja Morant play, and I'm like, you know what? I really, really enjoy it. Like, to me, like, if there was ever a game I was going to go see in person, I would go see a Grizzlies game just to see Ja Morant play. And when I hear things like this come out, I just can't help but think, what is Ja Morant fucking doing? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be honest, man, stuff like this can ruin your NBA career. Like, if this police report that comes out happens to be true and there is, the parents of the 17-year-old or the 17-year-old himself decides to press charges, this could be bad. Like, the NBA already really doesn't fuck around too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, the NFL doesn't really fuck around with domestic abuse too much, and I can't imagine that the NBA would either. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things that, like, they just don't get down with, and, violence and domestic disputes and all kinds of stuff like that. They don't do that. You know why? Because it makes their brand look bad. And Ja Morant, as good as he is kind of making the Memphis Grizzlies look bad right now. It's like, your best player's hanging out with, like, fucking Bloods and Crips and shit. Like, what is he doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get this. I don't understand how it can be your childhood dream to play sports for a living, whether it's be a rapper, whether it's be an athlete, anything. You spend your entire life trying to get there. And then once you get there, you just can't leave the fucking hood behind you. I don't get it. Like, I don't care if the person that Ja Morant is sticking up for, or the person that Ja Morant is hanging out with, is his fucking brother. I don't care if it's his father. I don't give a fuck if it's his fucking mother. I don't give a fuck if it's his friends, okay? If they're the ones influencing you to do this, or they're doing this knowing who you are, Okay? They are not on your fucking side. They are not looking out for you. Okay? They are not doing what is best for you. Okay? You are the $200 million man. Okay? And you need to fucking act like it. I get it. I think Ja Morant's only, 21? I mean, we can't expect him, Ja Morant age. He's 23. Okay? We can't expect miracles out of him. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect anybody to really start, acting like an adult, essentially, until they're, 25. That's when I think it starts to set in. But, when you have $200 million you're getting paid over a course of, 5 years, you are now the man. Okay? And I get it. He might want people to think that, he's about that life and shit like that because he's got money. He doesn't want people to think they can catch him lacking or some shit. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to tell you this, okay? Just some insight on me. I live in an area with a 98% poverty rate. Okay, 98, 90, 99%. It's pretty fucking bad. If I won the lottery, okay, and I hit for $200, $300 million, you would never hear from me again. I hate to say that, but nobody in my town would know that I was gone. No, I would not call my job and tell them I am not coming back. I would just fucking leave. Okay? I would get as many lawyers as I can, and I wouldn't even post videos on fucking YouTube. Okay? And if I did and decided I still wanted to do this, I would make a different channel, okay, with where you never see my fucking face, and that would be my channel to talk about sports, okay? But Ja Morant is a public figure. He's famous, okay? I think that's safe to say at this point. People know who he is, but this fucking stupid street shit that people do once they get money, rappers do it, fucking athletes do it, they just can't leave the hood behind, and eventually it's gonna catch up with you, okay? This is a dude bringing guns to a fucking pickup game because of a 17-year-old. 17-year-old must have been cooking his ass or something, I don't fucking know, but I just think to myself, man, you can't go around threatening teams like the Indiana Pacers with, say, oh, we're gonna fight, and oh, those are my boys. No, they're not your fucking boys. They're not looking out for you, bro. If anything, they're gonna be the reason you lose your fucking job. And I hate to say that, but the future's looking very Gilbert Arenas here, if you catch my drift. Bringing guns into the fucking locker room type shit. And I do not want Ja Morant to do that. I do not want Ja Morant to end up in a situation where he's out of the league because people think he's gonna fucking kill somebody. Okay? I'm sorry, but I don't get what you have to prove. You know what I'm saying? You're 23 years old. You're making what? A cool $30 million at least a year. You know what I'm saying? You got a pretty nice fucking paycheck. Why are you fucking around with this shit? You know what I'm saying? Why would you even let yourself be subjected to shit like this? Because honestly, the picture everyone's going to paint of Ja Morant now is the idea that he's a thug or he's, a fucking bad dude or some shit. And I don't want that for him. You know what I'm saying? I don't think anybody wants that for Ja Morant. But clearly, Ja Morant does not want that enough for himself. Or Ja Morant wants to be portrayed that way so that people are fucking afraid of him, which is stupid. That prevents other players coming to want to play with you in Memphis, or even wanting to play with you as a fucking whole. I mean, I'm sorry, but who wants to go to work every day with a coworker that they think might potentially bring a gun in and fucking kill them if they piss them off? You know what I'm saying? He doesn't understand how much this affects him. And how much it affects the NBA, how much it affects the Grizzlies organization, how much it affects how people view him, how much it affects his pockets. You know how many sponsorship deals dude is losing over this? If you were Hulu, who loves to give deals to athletes, or Sprite, or somebody like that, I'm staying way the fuck away from this. Every time something like this happens, it's costing Ja Morant money. And you know what? It sucks because I love me some Ja Morant. But if you're not gonna clean up your off the court shit, you're gonna find yourself not cleaning up anything on the fucking court either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. If you're not gonna clean up your shit off the court, you flat out won't be on the court. And I can't imagine that Ja Morant is really this type of person. I don't get that impression of him, but like I hear these stories come out and I think to myself, maybe Ja Morant really is like a bad person. Maybe he is like about that life, and like maybe he really thinks he's about that shit, but like, you know, I'll never understand how people spend their entire lives trying to get out of the hood, trying to better their lives, and then once they finally do it, they just fuck it all up. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that, and this is sad, man. This is sad because this could mean like Ja Morant gets suspended until further notice. I feel like there's going to be league repercussions from this, you know, like, because the first thing the NBA is going to do is look into this police report to see if it's a real thing, if it actually happened. And if it did, the league is going to give consequences, or, you know, the Memphis Grizzlies will suspend him, or the league will inform the Memphis Grizzlies about it, and the Grizzlies will go from that point on. But somebody needs to give Ja Morant a stern talking to, preferably somebody close to him. You know what I'm saying? It can't be Joe Schmo off the street, but like, or like it would be really ideal if like another NBA legend would just take him in under their wing, because like I honestly, like somebody like Shaq, or you know, just somebody who's been through this shit before. You know what I'm saying? Like Shaquille O'Neal, or just somebody that can fucking help this kid do the right thing, because I'll be honest, man, $200 million is a lot of money to lose. And, you know, I would hate to see Ja Morant get cut from the Memphis Grizzlies and then be basically exiled from the fucking NBA because people think there's something actually, like, mentally fucking wrong with him. So, I don't know, man. You know what? We'll have to wait and see as this story develops and stuff, and how it changes. But it sucks to see this, man. I thought for sure we were done after the Indiana Pacers team bus thing in the bus garage or in the parking lot or whatever, but clearly we're fucking not. And now if you're the Grizzlies, like, you're in a shitty position where it's like you have to question if your franchise player is really A, a good person, and B, if he's the guy that you really want as the face of your franchise. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to question if he's a guy that you can trust to do the right thing. And I hate that because for the Memphis Grizzlies, because they're a team that I've waited for a very long time to be good. And like, they've been bad for most of my life, or at least only like a borderline playoff team for most of it. And they finally get a guy who can take them over the top. And of course, he's got to be fucking around in the streets, which honestly, at this level, you shouldn't be. So tell me what you guys think about this down below in the comment section below. A like helps me out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more. I'm the Fast Break Report, and out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.